All right, so there's rhythm to your big C and your little c. Sometimes you need to rest and restore. So sometimes when I read this book called Frequency, which was like an answer to a prayer at the time that I read it, and it kind of explained the energy of those periods of our life where we go up on top of the peak and we feel huge, like everyone look at me, I've got something to say and whatever, and then we have the times where we go down in the valley to little c. So,
that's the big C.
Yeah, here's the big C.
For the video that
I
totally missed.
For the girls that aren't here, and little c. So we're trying to get into the big C more often than the little c. Can you guys relate to that? Have you been there before? Okay, so that's the goal of today's class. And before we go any further, we brought some fun props for you guys to wear if you want to. I can tell you about my headband, okay, in case you can't see it. It's a Wonder Woman headband. I'm going to show the girls here. Mm-hmm. And basically, this is one of the things that I wear when I need to be big C. There's certain tasks in your life that you're not able to do them when you're in the little place. There's just not enough of you to do it. So you need to kind of pump, and get yourself, that's what it feels like, bicycle pump. Pump yourself up, and you can do that in different ways. You can listen to, music that gets you kind of excited. For me, I like to wear props. I like to wear Wonder Woman headbands. Sometimes I'll wear a tiara, when I have to, feel a little bit more than I am, or sometimes I'll, use my Harry Potter restorative chocolate or whatever it is.
Bracelets.
So, yes, and bracelets are a great way. Yay! Yeah, words and just, like we talked about when we talked about creating the space, everything is energy. So it's just basically using that energy, using words, using things to kind of pump yourself up. And let's just talk about morphic fields real quick. And then we're going to do some power poses. You guys know power poses?
Yeah. Like a yoga thing?
Kinda. Okay, so before we do that, let's go to our books.
Oh,
and
yes,
our little workbooks. Oh no, what is that? Okay, if you go to
borrow mine.
Class 4 is where we are. I don't know if it says Class 4. It does. Lesson 4. Okay. So if you go to, let's read the first little quote there, since it goes along with what we're talking about. Melanie, do you want to read it? And I'm going to get this too.
We want to plan.
We want to plan.
We want to plan the road to awesome. We want to talk about our 10 musicians. We want to detail every step before we take a single one, to make sure there's not room for mistakes or failure. But when we do that, we squeeze our lives and purpose that tightly. We eliminate any room for surprises. The road to awesome, though, is defined by the surprise.
Awesome. Yeah, so the name of the book is in our reading list. It's, what's it called? Start.
I was going to say Start. Punch fear in the face.
Yes, punch fear in the face. And I'm sorry, I got to look at the questions there. Thanks, Brenda. So I want you to take a second right now and just without thinking about it too much, answer that first question. What is standing in your way right now? Okay? What is the thing that's keeping you from doing what you want to do? You guys put your pencils down on when you're done. Okay, perfect. Hopefully you didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it, because sometimes it's the thing that's right in the front of your brain, and as soon as you ask the question, it just pops out. So here's the thing we'll talk about resistance in more detail a little bit later, but the thing about Satan is he loves secrecy. He loves to keep things on the down low and hidden. And so as soon as we ask the right question and we shine the light on it, all of a sudden it can become illuminated and the truth can come out. So that's the goal behind, breaking down some of these barriers, these fears that we have, is to keep shining the light wherever you can. Keep shining the light. If it's hidden in a corner, if it's something that nobody knows about you or whatever, make sure that you're in a safe place when you're talking to somebody that's a safe person. But, the more you can get it out in the open, the better it is. That's one of our greatest tools to use against him. So when you think about fears and things that creep in on you, one of the things I like to think about is the fact that they're usually just paper-thin walls. So let's say you have something that you need to do. I'm going to give you an example of something I really needed to do and I didn't want to do it, and it was paying taxes. It was something I needed to do, and it was more than just paying taxes. There was a problem, and I had to call the IRS. So I don't know if you guys have ever had to call the IRS, but I was so scared. I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do less than call the. I thought I could run a marathon. Give me anything, but don't make me call the IRS. And so I don't know if I was waiting for the right time to feel like I could call the IRS, which was never happening. And I think I was even in my front room in my little study spot, and I was probably reading one of these books. And I had the thought, go in there right now. Go in there right now and make the call. And so I did. I didn't even think about what I was going to say. I just got up and I went in there. I picked up the phone and I, said what I needed to say. And the guy on the other end was like, "Yeah, no problem."
You're like, ah,
what? So the point is, it was literally like just a little elusive paper wall that was in front of me that was keeping me from moving forward. Because once I made the call and he said everything's fine, they erased the fines and everything, I was like, what was I waiting for? So that's just what I'm talking about. There could be things in front of you that are just paper thin, that are just really not even a thing. So my goal is to have a little bit of playfulness to the class today. So we're going to do some power poses. So you guys are going to stand up, and we're going to go over in this nice little area that's perfect for standing.
kind of where we can see.
Okay, a little bit here.
Yeah, here, I'll just try this. How about that?
Okay. All right. So our bodies are tools, right? Our bodies do amazing things, and we can use our bodies to bring more power into ourselves. So you guys know I come from like an energy background, so I love studying this kind of thing. And there's even a TED Talk, if you're interested and you like TED Talks, about the power of power poses. So one of the things that I taught you guys on the first class was how to do the cross crawl. So let's just march for a minute. Let's just march. Now what that does is just kind of brings your energy up and helps connect both sides of your brain. It just keeps the energies flowing in your body. So we'll do that for a minute. One of my favorite poses you can stop is the hands on the hips. It's like the Wonder Woman pose. You've probably seen it. Spread your feet apart and then just puff your chest up a little bit. So keep your shoulders, roll them up, back and down. Do a little yoga talk, probably. Sorry. So, and then just lift up through the crown of your head. Okay, so take a second to check in with your body and see how you feel when you're standing like this. Oh, wait. How do you feel? Like, do you notice a difference in your posture and your body? Yeah. First of all, you're making yourself bigger. Right? Have you ever seen people that you just see them coming up towards you and they're shoulders down? Yeah, I know. Usually guys are like, yeah. You lead with your chest. You can learn a lot about from somebody from watching that person. You guys can relax if you want. You don't have to. You can stand in Wonder Woman pose right now. So, notice what your own body is doing. Use your power to see. Look in the mirror. How do I look to the world? Because you'll learn a lot about how you really are inside by looking at that. I always tell my yoga class, check your jaw. Are you clenching your jaw? Not even knowing you're doing it. Look at the corners of your mouth. Are the corners of your mouth turning down? Look at what your body's telling you. It's right in front of you. Okay, another one of my favorite ones is, it's actually, I don't know the name of it, but the energy name of it is heaven and earth. So what you do is you do the same thing you do with the hands on hips, is you spread your feet apart, put your hands on your thighs, and I want you to imagine that you can draw energy up through the earth. All the energy in the whole world is coming up through the bottoms of your feet and filling you up. All right, and we're going to take our arms wide, breathe in, and then right into the heart. So you're bringing that all in, okay? There's a little more step. Okay, we're going to take a big breath in and then reach the arms up. I want you to spread your fingers apart. So in yoga, we talk about mudras, which are hand positions, and there's a name for all of them. And the name of the hand position with your fingers spread apart like this is fearless. Right. So if you want to be fearless, open up your antenna. That's the tips of your fingers, and draw that energy in. It's literally like, I'm ready to receive. You can think of it in a spiritual way. Heavenly Father, tell me, give me, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive it. And then you just scoop it up. Father has in store for you, pull it into your body, and then boom, you're big. All right, let's go sit down now that we're all energized.
Yeah.
Those poses out on that luscious green grass.
Very good
there.
up
Yeah,
in
go
the
outside.
forest.
Yes.
We don't touch the earth anymore. Mother Earth.
Absolutely. So go out there and get grounded in the grass and do all that.
My son to wear shoes to save my life.
That's good.
It's
actually
Because
good.
naturally you know that there's something to that. My daughter's like that too. My daughter that's getting married, in fact, she's like Miss Natural Girl. I'm always like, put your shoes on. Wear high heels.
Yay.
Super cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Okay. So, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the term morphic field, a morphic field. So like we talked about, everything has energy, right? Including all of these things that I have up here. So just for fun. Oh, I know.
Yeah, I
She
was
can
just kinda
see where
tipping
we
it.
are.
Yeah. You might want to scoot back just a tiny bit.
Okay. So, but first I'm going to reach over here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to pull up some of my fun little things here.
Little crown.
Okay, you can take both of those. So if there's an energy to everything, and we're using play energy today, you can think about, so one of my favorite series is Harry Potter. Just like Harry Potter. These are Harry Potter wands, and they're so fun. This one is Narcissa Malfoy, in case you're a Harry Potter fan. It's kind of fun. So, like, I can already see you guys smiling. Like, there's a different. I know. I get so excited about these things because it's like we just don't play enough. And when we get into that play mode of being, it's like a whole other world opens up for us where we have more to give. There's just more possibilities, right? Anna, please help me. I can't get that open. So I brought another thing that I love besides Harry Potter is I love superhero stuff. Thank you. This is Snape's wand. There's probably an energy to that too. Anyway,
My son has this one.
I know my daughter wanted Snape's. It could be nothing but Snape. She loves Snape. So superheroes is another energy that you can tap into. So think about your experience. Let's just use superheroes for a minute. When you think of, I didn't bring my necklace. Dang. When you think of the superhero emblem, you know what it looks like? The S, and then the shield around it, and it has these little rivets around it. So just looking at that emblem or that logo of Superman, there's an energy to that. And there's a reason why little kids like to wear capes and fly around and do all that stuff is because there's an energy to that. And so what I'm saying with the Harry Potter and the Wonder Woman with the headband and the bracelets and all that is you can tap into those things. Whatever appeals to you. If you want to wear a cape around the house, I brought my capes.
Yes, I brought mine too.
So I want everybody to take something here. We've got capes. We've got,
Any broomsticks?
we don't have a broomstick. Wait, she probably does have a
I
broomstick.
just have a regular old broomstick.
Pass those around.
Yes.
Here's
Who
mine.
needs a hot pink cape or a red cape?
And I sometimes will take my big C. I seriously will do this. And I will put it on and wear it. And so when you do that, I want you to notice what happens. See how you
Cute,
feel this?
Jen.
Also, I didn't
The
mention
crown
Star
matches the
Wars.
cape.
I know, I saw that.
It is.
Is that why you gave me the cape, Brenda?
And I know you have a cape because
I do.
when
I
you
have
talk
cape
about your
and a
vision
tiara.
board, you put on your cape and your tiara and you go to town.
And last time we taught this class, I just happened to go be cleaning out my garage like the next day, and I found that cape in the garage. I was like,
You're like, I'm pulling that bad boy out.
yeah,
Meant
exactly.
to be. Okay, so we start to believe that dreaming or walking down the road to awesome is an inherently selfish idea, as if you only have two options. Number one, abandon every commitment you have and dream, or resign yourself to an average life in order to honor your commitments. But what if there was a third way? So enter in a different way of looking, a different way of being, and allow. I just love looking at you guys in your capes. I'm so excited. I just want us to all go run outside.
Fly.
Let our capes go.
This is not me.
Do you need something else?
But I'm trying to
She's
decide.
already
What's
getting
you, girl?
comfortable with
I don't
it.
even know what I want. That's Rico Miller.
Here,
because it gets
I want
me
you
in
to
your
put this
comfort
on and
zone.
see.
Yes, wear it down.
Well, I
That's
kind
the
of
best
know
one.
what I want.
Put that on for a
Have
minute.
you seen the thing on Facebook with those new scrubs? They're called Figs. And I really want some scrubs.
You want scrubs?